kind enough to come back to the shop with me and bring your handbag with you.
Compact. And a comb. That's all. Well, you're certainly travelling light. Give us your watch. We tell you what time it is in here. Sign. I said sign it!
I'm sorry, I just forgot, that's all. Yeah, I've got it here.
Trying to make a bit on the side, eh? Not bad. $40 on your first day out.
I just forgot, that's all, Mr. Butterfield. There's no need to call me a thief.
I agree with the verdict of the jury and commend them for their wisdom. On the question of leniency, I agree with Mr. Wilson that the court has heard sufficient to convince it that there were mitigating circumstances surrounding the killing of your husband, and that at the time of the killing you behaved with impaired judgment. I therefore order that your sentence be reduced to 2 years, and you be given credit for any time you have spent already in custody.
So the prodigal has decided to return. You've really done it this time.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't be stupid, Warner. Oh, no, you don't. I think the governor will be delighted to welcome you back personally.
Yes?
She's back.
Jean, hold on, please, Vera.
I'll see her first. I'll see the offender is searched and checked before I bring her into you. But it's regulations.
I'll see Lynn straight away, thank you, Vera. Not after she's checked or searched or anything else. Right this minute. Is that understood? Yes? Where the devil have you been? I don't want any smart answers. I want the truth. You had no right to walk out on your employer like that, something of which I am sure you are aware. And I want to know what on earth you thought you were doing.
Mr. Butterfield accused me of stealing, Mrs. Davidson, and I hadn't done anything wrong.
I know the circumstances. He explained it all very clearly. What I cannot comprehend is your selfishness and the utter stupidity of your behavior.
But why I'm not back late to the prison?
What have you been doing all this time?
I just walked around till it was time to come back.
The work release scheme was not introduced in order that prisoners could disappear from their appointed task and take it upon themselves to go sightseeing. When you are involved in a program such as this, you are highly privileged, and with that privilege comes responsibility to us and to your employer, and more importantly, responsibility to yourself and to the other prisoners who would very much appreciate the opportunities that you have. Jean Vernon is now trying to find out whether there is any possible chance of you continuing with this program. I suggest you call on her and try to explain your extraordinary behavior as best you can.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
Was there something you wanted, Vera?
Are you saying that that girl is getting another chance?
If it can be arranged, yes.
But that's irresponsible.
Why? Do you think Lynn deliberately set out to defy us?
I told you this.
We may have to increase supervision, but there is no reason why we should let one girl's stupid mistake ruin a scheme which could benefit so many others. If the experiment can be continued, then we shall do so. That will be all, Vera.
soldier. You're doing a great job there.
Oh, shut up.
No, I reckon you've got a real talent for decoration.
Oh, well, you should try it up here. My blooming arm's nearly fallen off.
No, thanks. Don't think I've got the flair for it.
Not far to go, anyway.
Yeah, why don't you give us some of yours?
Oh, she's got streamers of her own anyway. I think they suit me.
There we go, girls.
What's going on in here?
Good morning, Miss Bennett.
Well,
Read for yourself. Just a little celebration we thought we'd put on.
Travers was found guilty of manslaughter instead of murder. That puts her on the wrong side of the law in anyone's book, along with the rest of you.
Oh, now, that is a bit unkind.
Now take these decorations down immediately. There'll be no celebrations.
Oh, yes, there will, Miss Bennett.
Well, I'll see the governor about it.
I've already done that. It's fine with her.
That old cow gets worse and worse.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Now, girls, what do you reckon?
Oh. So, you just left Sid Butterfield cold. No word of where you were going or what you were going to do. That just astounds me, Lynn. Do you realise the position you've put us in?
Look, I thought it'd be all right as long as I got back here on time.
You just didn't think. You've made it so much more difficult for any of the other girls to go on the scheme. Do you realise that? Where did you go?
I went to see Doug's grave.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Lynn. We do not normally allow convicted criminals of armed robbery to go roaming around the countryside. You were given consideration as a very special case, and you've blown it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So where do we go from here?
Well, I don't suppose they'll give me a second chance. I didn't think so.
They're giving you 1 week's suspension. Mr. Butterfield's agreed to take you back. I think he may be taking some of the blame himself, but that's just between you and me, so you're lucky. But if you do it again, I'll personally wring your neck.
Oh, good, Meg. Show her in. Susan Rice, I believe. Don't hedge, Rice. We've checked your fingerprints. I would appreciate an answer. You have 2 previous convictions in other states for shoplifting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your husband's name is Frederick Rice. You have 2 young children, and your last known address was Ithaca Road, Manly, New South Wales. As you have probably been told, you are entitled to 1 phone call being made on your behalf. Would you like us to contact your husband?
No.
What about your children? Wouldn't you like to know how they are?
They're with my mother.
Then we could call her. You will be held overnight until the magistrate's hearing tomorrow morning, when the matter will be dealt with immediately, or you will be sent for trial. Is that clear? Do you have any questions? You will give the details we will need to contact your mother to Mrs. Jackson. That will be all. Meg, get Jean to have a talk to her. There's something a little strange about that one.
It's better be worth it.
Do I dare offer to do it for you?
No, I am determined.
Hey, not in that direction. You'll break a window. And not at me.
Not at me either.
Oh! Not so superbly done, was it?
This will probably go straight to my head after today. Oh. Well, here's to you both.
Greg.
That's all right.
Listen, Greg, I'm sorry I was so short with you
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, it was just one of those days.
Yeah, well, it was.
Don't be sorry.
No. Accept an apology when you get one, Greg. They're few and far between.
Well, I should drink to you both and hope that one day I can fathom out what goes on inside those heads of yours.
To us.
Oh, that'll be Steve.
Come in, Steve.
Hi.
We didn't wait for you.
Oh, well, I should hope not.
Thank you. Oh, we're not going to be too
Take
wonderful
a seat.
tomorrow
Hey,
morning,
Greg.
are we?
Evening.
Champagne, Steve?
Oh, yes, that'll be lovely, thanks.
Oh, before we go any further, I think you deserve congratulations after Karen's trial today.
Yes.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Steve.
Well, thanks very much. There was a time there I didn't think things were going too well. I was beginning to think we might be doing her more harm than good.
I'll drink to that.
I had a feeling it'd turn out okay.
Oh, poor old Karen's not having much of a celebration.
Well, I suppose this means the onus goes back to you, Jean.
What do you mean?
Well, I imagine Karen's going to need some sort of rehabilitation program.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about it. Well, you can hand her over to me now, if you like.
Well, not entirely.
Why not? Surely your job's done.
No, I'm not intending to drop Karen altogether.
But Jean is more than competent in these matters.
Yes, no doubt, but I think we can work together on this one. What do you think? After all, she's a school teacher, and there must be plenty of opportunities open for a girl like that.
I'd be very surprised if Karen presented any sort of problem, but you never can tell. No, I'm not suggesting that she can't be trusted.
Plus, she's intelligent.
And she's adaptable.
Well, I really think if you let me help, we'll get something better than the usual for her.
Quite likely.
Well, let's drink a toast to Karen.
Absolutely.
She's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. Hooray! Hooray!
Yeah, we all want to welcome you back, love, and say good on you. You showed them where right was and we're proud of you.
Oh,
Go on, here, drinks.
Thank you.
Here's to us. No men, no worries.
Thanks, everybody.
Have some lemonade.
Come on,
Is
let's
it?
the show on the road.
Some for me, too.
Here, Vera, why don't you make yourself scarce? I mean, you don't belong here, and we don't want your sour face spoiling our party.
I'll leave when I'm off duty.
Well, that's in 5 minutes' time. Go on, do us a favour. A few lousy minutes.
Well, I think you're all pathetic.
Of course you do. Then, of course, we wouldn't expect anything else. Now, rack off.
Double Scotch and Coke, please. Could I have another glass? Oh, look, and make that a single.
Evening, Molly. That's tonight's lot. They'll be along later, so keep an eye out, okay?
Anne Yates. It's me, Vera. Vera Bennett.
Oh, Vera, I didn't see you there. My goodness, what a surprise. How are you?
Oh, not bad, considering.
Still at Wentworth?
Oh, yes, I'm still there.
And how's that? Much the same, I imagine.
Yes, much the same. Oh, a little worse, if anything.
Not so many perks.
Oh, it's not just that. Oh, well, that too. It's the system's generally getting too lenient. We're becoming slaves to the prisoners. To tell you the truth, you wouldn't know the place.
Is that so?
Yes, Davidson's worse than ever. You'd think we were running a home for motherless kids instead of a prison. Well, it's disgusting. You know what these women are like. Give them an... Oh, look, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't even think to offer you a drink.
No thanks, Vera. I'd rather not.
Oh, go on, just one. It's really nice to talk to someone who understands.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Vera, but I'm expecting a phone call at home and, look, why don't you come back to my place? That is, if you don't mind if it's just us. Or are you expecting someone?
Oh, no, I just popped in for a quick drink. Well, that'd be very nice. Are you sure it's no trouble?
Oh, no trouble at all. You ready? It's not what you might call spectacular, but it's home, and I'm rather fond of it.
Oh, Anne.
The bathroom's through here if you need it, so just make yourself comfortable and I'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, it's lovely. Excuse me for saying, but you must be doing really well now.
I have fallen on my feet, rather. It's not that special, but it's comfortable, and I couldn't want for more.
I wish I knew the secret. I've always wanted a place like this.
Well, it's just one of those things. This time it was my turn to strike it lucky.
What do you do?
I work for some friends. It's their own business, just a small affair. I couldn't ask for a better arrangement. I'm completely set up, as you can see. And they're not mean with their pennies. Oh, I forgot to ask, you do drink vodka?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, good. So, tell me about you. You're still living with your mum?
Oh, no, she passed on earlier this year. Actually, just after you left.
How did she, poor love? So you're on your own now?
By myself, yes.
Taking advantage of that situation, too, I bet. Lots of parties, making up for lost time. I can just imagine.
Not really.
Vera, you disappoint me.
Well, it's not easy when you're at the prison all day.
Don't I know it? How glad I am that's all behind me. You take it from me, Vera. If you know how to make a quid in the prison, then you know how to make a lot more outside. You know what I mean. So, what do you do in your spare time?
Oh, nothing, really.
Oh, don't sound so miserable.
Well, that's what I am most of the time. Miserable.
I could show you a good time if you'd let me. You can start tomorrow night. Just a little party around here. Meet a few of the mob and see how you go. You never know. It could be a changing point for you.
Oh, well, I don't have anything planned.
Well, then it's all set.
That's very kind of you.
Not at all. I think they'd be most interested to meet you.
Come on, you lot! Wake up! You should be out of bed getting showered and dressed. This room must be clean and tidy by 7 o'clock muster. Now move it!
Excuse me. Hey, Doreen, you got marmalade? No.
Oh, there you are, love. I saved your breakfast from Lizzie. It's over there.
She never said a word last night.
Oh, don't worry. We'll bash it out of her.
Thanks.
It's our pleasure, love. Tuck into the grub. It's not much, but it won't kill you.
You can rely on that. Yeah, you'd know, Lizzie.
She's in for poisoning a team of shearers. What are you in for, love?
Shoplifting. Is that all?
First time?
Third.
Oh, making a bit of a habit of it, are you? I'd like your sort round here. I like to think they can cure you of your evil ways.
Fat chance. If you get a chance.
Oh, watch out for Doreen. Behind that schoolgirl exterior lurks a hardened criminal.
Oh, crap, B.
Watch your mouth, young lady. You were pretty quiet last night. We thought we'd struck a dumb one.
I wasn't in the mood.
Been getting on your back, have they?
Pardon?
The screws. Been sticking their beaks in.
I suppose you could say that.
Oh, hang on in there, love. Don't let them push you around. And if you need a helping hand, I'll give you a word of advice. Don't call on Lizzie. You're late. The prisoners have reported to work.
We had a flat tire. All my fault. Sorry about that.
You kept yourselves remarkably clean in the process.
Goes to show we've been brung up real nice, doesn't it, Vera?
Look, you're seeing Susan Rice this morning. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, and she's got that hearing this morning. Better get a move
Well, I'll
on.
go and get it straight away.
Thanks, mate.
Lazy devil, that one. I had to put a bomb under her to get her moving this morning on your round.
Good on you, Vera. That's the stuff.
They tell me because of my last 2 convictions, I'll probably be sent for trial, so we'll just have to wait and see.
You'd better contact your husband.
No.
You're going to have to tell him sooner or later. You might as well get it over and done with now.
I'm not ringing him.
Are you two separated?
No.
Then surely to goodness he's wondering where the hell you are.
He's away a lot. He just doesn't happen to be home at the moment.
What does he do?
He's in entertainment.
An actor or a singer?
Look, I've already had my 1 phone call. We're not going to break any rules now, are we?
I can ring him if you like.
You will not.
I may have to if you don't.
I'll ring him if you leave the room.
Oh, come on, I can't do that.
Will you turn your back while I dial the number?
I'll stand on my head if you like.
Freddie? Hi. Look, I'm in a spot of trouble. No? Well, yes, yesterday. I don't know, darling. I got up in front of the magistrates this morning. Well, yes, they've said that. Okay. Of course you do. Bye. Are you happy now?
What happened?
Nothing.
Is he going to come and see you? Why not?
Because he's too bloody busy, that's why, and that's what I told you in the first place, wasn't it? Why don't you morons ever listen?
Now, hold it. Where are you off to?
I'm sorry, I was just on my way back to my cell.
Well, the police are waiting to take you to court. They're in reception. It's this way.
I've still got some things back there. I think I should collect them. I don't expect to be coming back.
Well, no, that's all taken care of. Now they're waiting for you in reception.
Thank you for all your help, Miss Vernon. Don't bother, I can find my own way out.
You're not just going to let her go wandering around by herself, are you?
Well, she can hardly get lost between here and reception.
I know if she's rational, no.
Well, what makes you think she isn't?
The way she behaves.
Oh, she seems all right to me.
Oh, look, I'd like to see her again when she comes back.
Well, that's hardly likely. She's bound to get bail.
Who from? She just spoke to her husband. I mean, he's not even going to court.
Well, I understand her mother's going to be there.
Oh. Look, could you ask the police to let me know what happens to her?
Sure. I'm just going to see Greg, get something for this hangover.
Can I help you, madam?
If you could get me a new head, I'd be grateful. I'm looking for an aspirin.
Take 2. Drink lots of water. And if you can lay your hands on any vitamin B at lunchtime, then do so.
You too.
Champagne's a killer. How's Jean feeling?
Well, we both slept in, but I think her head's a little clearer than mine. Vera caught us coming in late.
Oh, well done.
Jean said we'd had a flat.
Has she swallowed it?
I doubt it.
Oh, it's almost as obvious as the old alarm clock excuse.
Oh, it sounded good enough to me.
Listen, is there anything going on between Jean and Steve?
You mean romantically?
Well, yes, I suppose that's what I mean, yeah.
Oh, not that I know of. I mean, Jean thinks he's a good lawyer. Well, at least she's coming round to thinking that. Unless there's more to it than I can imagine, but I doubt it.
And she hasn't said anything?
No, of course not. And I'm not going to ask her.
Well, not even for me.
Ooh. Can I have a glass of water, please?
Come in. Hi.
You've been busy this morning.
Why should today be any different? I've been trying to get some sense out of Susan Rice.
Any luck?
Can't work her out. Well, she's not stupid, I know that. But she's had absolutely no support from her husband. Now she's paid her own bail and been released before trial. Which means that she doesn't need to steal.
Well, perhaps she does it to relieve boredom.
There's something funny going on, though. I think that she's hiding her husband from me. I've got the mother's address. Maybe that'll help me.
Want to see a bit strange?
I don't know much about him, just that he's an entertainer. Could be the monkey at the zoo.
Different.
Was she like this when you did your medical?
I'm a doctor, Jean. After what was said at the trial, I'm not even going to pretend to being a psychiatrist anymore.
Fair enough.
Anyway, what are you so concerned about? You won't be seeing her again, will you?
I wouldn't be too sure.
How do you mean?
Just a feeling. Let's leave it there.
All right. Listen, do you think you could drag yourself away from all this long enough to have lunch with me?
That doesn't sound too hard to take.
Oh, you put it so nicely.
But
not today.
Yeah, well, I've got just so much to do.
No problem. Nice to see someone so dedicated to their work.
Jean Vernon's office. I'm on my way. Mrs. Henrys?
Yes.
My name's Jean Vernon. I'm from the Wentworth Detention Centre.
Oh, yes. Is Susan all right?
Well, hasn't she rung you?
No, Mrs. Davidson rang on her behalf yesterday afternoon.
And you haven't heard from her since?
No. Is something wrong?
Oh, no, of course not. It's just that she was released on bail today. I thought she may have contacted you.
No, she hasn't. Well, I hope she's all right.
I'm sure she is. She's probably with her husband. Actually, that's what I wanted to
I don't think that she'd be with Freddie.
Why not?
Well, the last we heard from him was over 3 months ago. Didn't she tell you? Oh, yes. A nice little notice of application for divorce. We haven't seen hide nor sight of him since.
Hello?
Yes, there is. Okay. Oh, hang on a moment, Meg. They're bringing in a new prisoner. Do you think you can wait till she's admitted?
No, I don't suppose I've got any choice.
Not really.
I wonder about this job. Here we are, stuck inside these gloomy walls whilst everyone else is out falling in love by candlelight. Ah, we must be crazy. What's more, Jean's cooking dinner tonight, which means I'll be lucky to get anything at all. Never heard of anything more ridiculous. You pay all that money to get out on bail, and in no time at all, less than 5 hours, you're back in here on a similar offence. You must be round the twist, girl.
Whatever you think, miss.
Why are you so intent upon giving up your freedom? Lights out at 10.
Exactly friends, but we got on reasonably well at the prison. Vera's not like the others there. She never buried her head in the sand. For all I know, she was probably making a bit on the side for herself as well.
In your line?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
Does she know anything about our operation?
Of course not. I haven't told her anything. I just think you should meet her. From what she said last night, I gather she's pretty sick of her own lifestyle as well as the prison at the moment. Look, she's a possibility. You never know. Vera, come in.
I'm sorry if I'm a bit late.
Oh, you're not. Let's get you a drink first, then you can meet everyone. This is Ellen and Larry. Meet Vera, an old friend from way back.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
And this is George Lucas. We were just talking about you. This is Vera Bennett, George.
How do you do?
Hello.
Well, what do you have to drink? Vodka?
Oh, I'd prefer a scotch if you don't mind.
Aha. Good taste in drinks, too. I think I'll join you. On the rocks?
No, with dry, please. You really do have a nice flat here.
Thank you.
George is my landlord. He owns the whole block. He might have one available. What about it, George? Any vacancies?
Actually, there is one on the 3rd floor. Very nice. Good view.
There you are.
Look, I couldn't afford it.
Nonsense.
No, really, I couldn't.
I think we could arrange something for a friend.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Sorry I'm late. Meg, help. I'm completely out of control in here. I can throw myself out of a window at any minute.
Oh, my God.
Well, don't just stand there. This is an emergency.
What is it supposed to be?
At least I tried. I am not a housewife, and I never will be a housewife. It's spaghetti. Next time I'll make us a sandwich.
Is it edible?
It'll be delicious if I can just get it out to the table.
Well, I'm glad none of your boyfriends are coming for dinner.
Boyfriend?
Well, Greg's face would be a study in how to be polite, and Steve Wilson would be out the front door like a shot.
Steve Wilson?
Well, I have it on good authority you're stringing them both along.
So much for your good authority. Steve Wilson is a pig.
Oh.
Intelligent, maybe even smart, occasionally human, but nevertheless a pig.
He'd love to hear you say that. Now, you better put that pot into soak.
Yeah. it up before it coagulates completely. I didn't expect you home so late. I wasn't going to throw a meal at you as soon as you got back.
Susan Rice is back.
What?
Yeah, she was only out 5 hours or so after the hearing.
After she paid her bail?
She's back.
For stealing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I think we've got a right one on our hands there.
I don't know, as far as I'm concerned. She seems normal enough.
I disagree.
Well, what's the matter with her?
Well, don't you think she's a bit odd?
Well, not particularly. I mean, she's always been calm and quiet with me.
Oh, that's just the point. One minute she's as sane as anybody else, and then the next. I think there's more to that one than meets the eye.
I wonder what the rich people are eating tonight.
How are you two going? Ready for some food yet?
Not just yet. Vera,
Oh, no, thanks. Later.
tell me about Wentworth.
There's nothing much to tell, really.
Tough job. Lonely too, I imagine.
Well, yes, I suppose it is. Well, I do feel different. I'm isolated. It's not just so much the prisoners. I mean, they're bad enough. It's just that I don't get on with the rest of the staff.
Why is that?
Well, I guess they think I'm too hard on the women. But I don't see how else you can run a prison. They're hardened criminals, violent types. Well, they wouldn't be in there if they weren't. And then you get people like Erica Davidson, she's the governor, and Meg Jackson, who think that being a prison officer is like being in the Salvation Army or something.
I know the type. Small L liberals, social workers and such. The trouble is, people think they're terrific. The people who do the real work don't get any thanks at all.
Yeah, well, if I had my... Well, that's just it. I don't get my way. I might be the deputy governor, but I'm quite powerless.
It'll come.
Perhaps.
I'll tell you one thing. You're the first prison officer I've ever met to wear Chanel No. 5.
Are you two going to sit here all night?
What's a dance?
Well, yes, thank you.
Come on, Lizzie, we haven't got all day. Morning, Rice. Morning. Well, you're never going to make it at that pace.
Oh, Mrs. Jackson, I wonder if I could have something to do while I'm in here. Also, just sitting around, if that's possible.
Oh, of course. We always need extra hands in the laundry. I'll speak to the governor.
Thanks.
When you can drag yourself away, Doreen, I could do with a helping hand.
Oh, in a minute. I never get to read the paper.
No, the poor deprived little thing.
Well, everyone else does.
Well, they're quicker off the mark.
Rice is coming in here for a while. I'll leave it to you, Bea, to put her where she'll be most useful.
Sure, thanks. Well, well, here you couldn't keep away from us. Now, come and join the workers. I'll put you in one of the machines. I've got a pile of mending, and Jenny's as slow as a wet week.
I don't know whether I can work one of those.
Yeah, well, that's never stopped any of us, love. Don't worry, I'll set it up for you. If you come to a tough bit, just give us a yell. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Oh, geez, I don't think I can stand it. Hey, Lizzie, get a load of this. Jason Richards is going to star in a new TV series.
Oh, yeah, and who's Jason Richards when he's at home?
Well, he's fantastic. He's just great.
Oh, that tells me a lot now, doesn't it? He's vile.
He's beautiful. Don't you dare say that. Oh, well, yeah, what's it to you?
Take her away too, Doreen. Get a move on. I don't want all this trouble over an idiot pop star.
Susan Rice, Miss Vernon would like to see you.
Oh, come on, Vera. She's just got here.
It's nothing to do with me, Bea, just my instructions. Come along, Susan.
Well, well. I think old Vinegar Tits must have had a turn in the cot or something. Yeah, what do you make of that, Lizzie? Nothing to do with me, Bea. Just my instructions. Come along, Susan.
I don't believe it. No one would have her.
Yeah, well, I've always heard that there's someone for everyone in this world. And I'm just now beginning to believe it.
What I want to know is why you paid your own bail and then went deliberately out to break it. Why didn't you go home, Susan? What's stopping you? Is it because your husband started divorce proceedings against you?
That's not true.
It is true. And you know it.
It's his work that keeps him away from home.
I don't believe you. He hasn't been living with you for the past 3 months, has he?
How are the kids?
I didn't see them.
I miss them, you know.
Then why did you do what you did yesterday? I'm going to have to contact your husband, Susan, whether you like it or not. I just thought I'd let you know. Hi. Have you seen Susan Rice today?
Yes.
How was she?
Good. You seen her?
Yeah.
Well, much better, isn't she? She even asked me if there was any work to do, so I put her in the laundry.
Well, she was very strange with me today.
You're imagining things.
Oh, no, I'm not. Firstly, she doesn't want to have anything to do with her husband. And then when I tell her that I'm going to contact him, whether she likes it or not, she looks overjoyed by the prospect. Which connects with that conversation that she had with him on the telephone. You know, I think that girl needs psychiatric attention.
What on earth for?
I don't know. If I knew, it'd be easy. All I do know is that kleptomania is a psychological state. Somebody's got to get into that girl's head.
Look, she's not a guinea pig.
What's that supposed to mean?
You've been reading too much of that scientific jargon, it sounds like.
You're as bad as the rest of them. Morning, Sergeant Major.
Wentworth Prison. Oh, yes. May I ask who's calling, please? It's for you, personal. Anne Yates.
Thanks, Mick. Hello? Anne, oh, I'm fine. Look, thank you very much for last night. Oh, reasonably late. Actually, he's taking me out to lunch today.
I'm delighted. Yes, I realise that. Will you ring and tell me all about it? Have a nice time. Bye.
What did she want, Vera?
Who?
Anne Yates. That was the Anne Yates who used to work here.
It's none of your business.
When a prison officer is dismissed for malpractice, it is the rule that other prison officers do not continue to associate with her. Now, you know that rule, Vera.
Yates was not dismissed. She resigned.
That was just a matter of good timing on her part, and you know it.
Think what you like. Look, I don't pry into your personal affairs, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't pry into mine. That's lovely. What's it called again?
Now, that's my secret. A mate of mine on Capri introduced me to it.
The Isle of Capri.
That's the one. But you be very careful. It's very potent stuff. They tell me I had an unforgettable time. I just wish I could remember it.
You seem to have been everywhere.
Just about.
Oh, I'd love to travel.
Where would you like to go?
Well, anywhere. I haven't even been to Tasmania.
Well, why not? You must get holidays sometimes. Why don't you just pack your bags and go?
Well, I've thought about it, but, well, you need real money to do that. I can't see myself hitchhiking. I'd like to do it with style. Besides, I don't think that it would be too much fun travelling alone.
Well, it's not difficult to meet people.
It is for me. You know, when my mother died, I felt more relieved than anything. She was a difficult woman to live with. But after a while, even that wore off. I almost miss her sometimes. It's funny, isn't it?
You're really something, you know. I mean it.
Oh, I talk too much.
I like listening.
Would you like to come over and have dinner one night?
I'd love it.
Tonight?
Tonight I can't make it.
Not to worry.
Well, how about tomorrow? Well, that's it.
Tomorrow? Well, that'd be just fine.
Good.
What a beautiful lighter.
Take it. It's yours.
What? I can't.
It's just a present.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Why not?
Well, it's too beautiful.
If you don't take it, I won't come to dinner.
Well, thank you.
OK, Jenny, it's your deal. Make it snappy. I'm on a winning streak, here?
Oh, that'd be the first time.
Not in your life. I used to be crash hot at cards. Used to beat all the others on a Friday night down at the local with monotonous regularity.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Get lost, Lizzie. You're making signals.
I wouldn't do that.
My fat aunt, you wouldn't. Whose turn is it?
Yours. Bad one.
Oh, what would you know?
Well, what'd I tell you?
Oh, shut up.
Will you buzz off, Lizzie, and go and help someone else?
Oh, I said shut up, you lot.
I'll turn that down, Doreen.
Man of the moment, the king of the kooks, Mr. Jason Richards.
Where's she gone?
Oh, she's buggered the tally. Moron! It was the first chance I had to see him, too.
You know, there is something right around the twist about that girl.
Grace! What's the matter? Susan, what's happened?
I'm gonna get him! I'm gonna bloody get him!
Now stop it.
No one is gonna watch him! No one!
What are you talking about?
He's ruined my life. He's wrecked everything. Jason Rich. Well, that's why I don't have a husband. My kids don't even have a father.
Does he work for him?
Just doesn't work for me. He lives for him. He breathes for him. Bloody every other thing for him.
My God. How about that? He's gone off with that long-haired rattlesnake as his boyfriend.
I don't believe it.
Oh, no, B, I wouldn't think so. Them two have got kiddies, Susan and him.
Oh, so what? It's happened before. Strikes the strangest one sometimes. Here, what do you think about that? Looks like your Jason Richards prefers blokes to young ladies.
Yeah, well, I don't believe it. I know someone who knows Jason Richards, and they probably even met him and talked to him in person. It's just not true.
Oh, grow up, Doreen.
Blast!
Hello. Oh, I hope I haven't come at an awkward time.
Vera, how nice to see you. Is anything wrong?
No, I thought I'd pop in and tell you how lunch went today.
Lunch?
With George.
Oh, of course. Come in and sit down. Well, how'd it go?
Oh, it was marvellous, really. Well, I haven't talked too much, rambled on. Practically told him the story of my life. No, I've never met anyone like him. He's done so much and yet really seemed interested in what's happened to me. Oh, I was so afraid he'd be bored to death.
Sounds as if he was quite taken with you, Vera.
Well, look what he gave me. He insisted on it. Wouldn't take no for an answer. Oh, Anne, I felt so embarrassed.
Why? I think that's rather nice.
Well, so do I, but he can't afford to give me expensive presents like this. Well, it's not right.
Don't you worry about that, Vera. George can afford all the gold lighters he wants.
Oh, he must earn a fortune. What does he do? You do know? I mean, why is it such a secret?
Vera, when George started out, he didn't have a penny. But he's never let that or the fact that he's had almost no formal education stand in his way. Now he's practically a millionaire. He's tough and he's clever, and there are not too many people left in this town who are prepared to cross him. And I think that's quite something, don't you?
Yes. And what is it exactly that he does?
I work for him, Vera. I was working for him when I was at the prison.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare when morning comes around.